and he's also starring in the Oscar-nominated film Sling Blade. This guy does it all. Please welcome Dwight Yoakam.
And I started to answer you very quickly, and it wasn't, not to be flippant, I was just going to say, I don't know. And then I thought, no.
How does a country music rebel who defied Nashville's polished sound manage to stay relevant after decades of ups and downs? Let's dive into the incredible journey of Dwight Yoakam, a man who transformed the country music scene and kept us all guessing along the way. The 1980s were a time when country music was undergoing a transformation, with slick production and pop influences taking center stage in Nashville. But amidst this shift, one artist refused to follow the herd: Dwight Yoakam. With his raw, honky-tonk style, Yoakam stood out like a sore thumb, yet it was this very defiance that propelled him to stardom. Yoakam didn't just play music, he created a movement, embracing the rough edges of country and blending them with the rebellious spirit of Los Angeles, a city where country music met punk rock. His rise to fame was swift, marked by chart-topping hits and a legendary collaboration with Buck Owens on the iconic streets of Bakersfield. Yet, despite his early success, Yoakam's refusal to conform to Nashville's polished image led to tensions with the industry. While others bent to the will of producers, Yoakam remained unyielding, determined to carve out his own path. Yoakam's decision to base himself in Los Angeles was crucial. It allowed him to escape the traditional confines of the Nashville sound and experiment with his music, drawing heavily from the Bakersfield sound. He became a prominent figure in the alt-country movement, a subgenre that thrived on the fringes of the mainstream. However, his success came at a cost. The Nashville establishment never fully embraced him, and his outspoken criticism of the industry only widened the gap. As the 1990s progressed, the country music landscape began to shift once again, and Yoakam found himself increasingly marginalized. His record sales dwindled and the hits that once flowed freely became rare. But rather than bow out, Yoakam reinvented himself, turning to acting with notable success. The shift to acting and new challenges. Yoakam's transition to acting in the mid-90s was nothing short of remarkable. He delivered powerful performances in films like Sling Blade, where his portrayal of the twisted Doyle Hargraves left a lasting impact, and The Newton Boys, where he further showcased his versatility. Acting offered Yoakam a new creative outlet, but it also marked a significant shift in his career focus. As his acting career flourished, his music took a back seat, and by the late 90s, Yoakam's presence on the country charts had faded. Then came South of Heaven, West of Hell, a film Yoakam wrote, directed, and starred in. The 2000 release was a passion project but turned out to be a commercial disaster. The financial strain from the film led to Yoakam parting ways with his longtime guitarist and producer Pete Anderson. It was a tough period, but Yoakam, ever resilient, didn't let it break him. Resurgence in music and personal life. The 2000s saw Yoakam slowly rebuild his music career, releasing a series of albums that were well received by critics and fans alike. Albums like Blame the Vein and Three Pairs reminded the world of his talent and reinvigorated his presence in the country music scene. His ability to evolve while staying true to his roots endeared him to a new generation of fans. Yoakam's personal life also saw significant changes during this time. He had his share of high-profile relationships, including romances with actresses Sharon Stone and Karen Duffy, but these were short-lived. Stability came in the form of photographer Emily Joyce, whom Yoakam married in 2020. That same year, at the age of 63, he became a father for the first time, welcoming a son named Dalton. It was a new chapter for Yoakam, one marked by a balance between his personal and professional life. Legal dispute with Curb Records. Dwight Yoakam, a renowned country music artist, has had legal disputes with Curb Records, his former record label. These disputes typically revolved around issues such as contract terms, royalties, and the release of his music. One significant legal battle occurred in the early 2000s when Yoakam filed a lawsuit against Curb Records. He accused the label of breach of contract, specifically over the release of his music. Yoakam claimed that Curb was intentionally delaying the release of his albums to extend the term of his contract and reduce his control over his music. The conflict escalated when Curb Records attempted to release a greatest hits album against Yoakam's wishes. He argued that this was an attempt by the label to fulfill its contractual obligations without releasing new music, which he believed was detrimental to his artistic career. Eventually, the legal battle was resolved, but the details of the settlement were not made public. This dispute highlighted the often contentious relationship between artists and record labels, particularly concerning issues of artistic control and financial compensation. Despite these legal challenges, Dwight Yoakam continued to have a successful career in music and acting. Dwight Yoakam hasn't actually quit music, but his focus has shifted in recent years. Yoakam, a country music icon known for his distinctive style and voice, has branched out into acting and other creative ventures. While he hasn't released as much new music recently, his career shift appears to be more about exploring new opportunities rather than quitting music entirely. Yoakam has enjoyed success in Hollywood, acting in films like Sling Blade, Panic Room, and Logan Lucky. His passion for acting and storytelling likely drew him away from the music scene, but he continues to perform and occasionally release new music. For instance, he released an album called Swimming Pools Movie Stars in 2016, which reimagined his classic hits in a bluegrass style. Yoakam hasn't quit music but has diversified his career, allowing him to explore other artistic avenues. Current endeavors and legacy. Today, Yoakam continues to be a multifaceted artist. He balances his music and acting careers while also running his own frozen food brand, Bakersfield Biscuits. Despite all his contributions to country music, one honor still eludes him: induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Many believe this snub is due to his complicated relationship with Nashville, a city that never quite knew what to do with a maverick like Yoakam. Yet, Yoakam's legacy is undeniable. His journey from a rebellious newcomer to a seasoned artist who has weathered the highs and lows of fame is a testament to his unwavering commitment to his artistic vision. Dwight Yoakam may not have followed the rules, but in doing so, he carved out a place in country music history that is uniquely his own. With that said, Dwight Yoakam's story is far from over. Whether he's on stage, in front of the camera, or in the kitchen crafting his next culinary creation, Yoakam continues to surprise and inspire. So what's next for this country music legend? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Dwight Yoakam's incredible journey, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more stories about the icons who shaped the music world. See you in the next video.